in for the right side expansions and completely out of position. Grrr's completely out of position, and now he's gonna probably lose his cannons, and he's gonna probably lose these bases. There's just not enough here to take care of it. He's trying to run some forces back, but ZergLee smartly has sent in units to intercept those. Meanwhile, this base is gonna get devastated here. Although this one Dragoon's perfectly positioned here, and look at its upgrades, +2, +3 here. Ultra is only at 1-1. He hasn't even gotten the +2 Ultra upgrade, armor upgrade, and now the reinforcements actually getting back here. Wow, I did not think they would get here, but it looks like the Nexus will go down anyway. And now ZergLee probably just going to try to do as much damage as possible, although it seems that Giyom has prepared for it. He's gotten all these photon cannons inside of this inside expansion, and these Ultras are now just going to die. I don't think that attack was necessarily worth it. Did take out one Nexus, but Grrrr still has really one. Well, this is not really one, but this is one full expansion. This one, well, basically he has one full expansion, I guess, one complete untapped expansion, and two small mineral-only expansions, versus two full expansions for ZergLee and two small mineral expansions. So both players pretty much even, I'd say. They've both taken half the map each. Although I consistently look at this. I mean, look at the unit, the army counts rather. Giyom just has such a large advantage. He's almost maxed out, and ZergLee is far from being maxed out. He's only at 120 versus 190. And now just polishing off more forces in the center here. Zerg, although, can replenish their forces faster, so that could become a factor if they trade armies. But now the Ultras are more upgraded, but this attack is not going to get anywhere here. ZergLee is trying to move in here to the southeast, but they're going to get killed off. They might get a couple probes, but that's it. And ZergLee continue to build up here, but I feel like he needs to change his tech a little bit. Perhaps consider, well, actually, against a late-stage army, I guess Ultra Ling is pretty much the only choice. So never mind. There's not much he can do at this point. I was going to say Defilers, but against Archon Zealot, Defilers are pretty useless. Well, not entirely useless. They can still plague, but that's I'd call it pretty useless, though, unfortunately. And so many High Templar out for Giyom. He's basically done very well, I think, in this game so far in using his spells, using his storms, and using his Dark Archon spells, his Maelstrom. And another Zerg attack coming in from ZergLee. 2-2 upgrades up for him, so he's now getting close to being matching. A nice storm there, wow! High Templar is picking off a lot of incoming Zerglings, and the rest of the forces, looks like they might get pincered here, though. These Archons might get pincered between these two Zerg armies. But once again, I think the Maelstrom is certainly helping. And I think these Archons may get taken down. This Ultra is sitting out of the fight, though, unfortunately. Archon getting taken out. And actually, ZergLee doing a good job of lowering the army count here from Grrrr, but Grrrr has just so many minerals in his bank. ZergLee actually macroing a little bit better, although I guess Grrrr couldn't be faulted for it. He actually was maxed out, so he couldn't do much with his minerals. Another attack coming in from ZergLee at the right side, and these Archons, Dark Archons, are almost out of energy for spells, and this attack could be actually more successful. A couple of Zerglings get caught in a Maelstrom, but that's not going to do too much. Actually, a couple of Defilers would be nice right now, just for the Dark Swarm, to deal with these mass cannons, but Archon's coming in and polishing off the attack once again. And 3-3 for Grrrr, and he's working on getting shields now. And I'm not sure exactly what Zerg can do. We saw this if you watch Savior versus Naura, the Holy War game. Game 1, of course, the hour-long game, we saw how Savior, even Savior, was unable to cope with a full late-game Protoss army. It's just so difficult once they have this number of Archons and Dark Archons and Storm. It's just so difficult for Zerg to deal with them. When they're basically all the bases are taken and both have a lot of minerals and gas in the bank, what does Zerg do to deal with it? It's very hard, I have to say, very, very hard. And a lot of storms going off on these units, but nice dodging from ZergLee, I have to say. Very nice dodging, but so many Archons out, and once those Archons come out, it's just so hard for Zerg to win, because Archons, of course, are just such durable units with their quickly regenerating shields. And High Templar, of course, just a great addition to the army. So basically, Ultralisk and ZergLings is all he can do. I think what ZergLee needs to do is max out his army and attack on two fronts, and try to distract Grrrr using a drop like he did last time, but this time bring more units to the main assault, probably on the lower right to pick off these expansions. That's probably what he's going to need to do to have a chance of victory. Another Zerg force going in here, but getting slaughtered, just wiped out, and a great Maelstrom there, catching both of the Ultras. But another attack coming from the north here. Once these Ultras awake, they might... Oh, but another amazing Maelstrom by Giyom. And this is, by the way, the Pimpest play. Throughout the entire game, Grrr's Maelstrom has been the Pimpest play, just using these Dark Archon's Maelstroms to fight off wave after wave of attacks. And finally, ZergLee has equalized the upgrades, so no more upgrade advantage for Grrrr here. They're both at 3-3. And Grrrr actually moving forward with his Archons for the first time in the game. He's feeling comfortable, but look at this. He might be in big trouble here. Ultras coming in from the north and south, but another great Maelstrom here at the north. I don't know that this is going to be enough, though. Actually, it will be enough. These Ultras are just getting eaten alive by these Archons. Although Grrrr this time has suffered significant damage, he is going to survive. His main, his army certainly is going to get destroyed entirely. And but he is going to retreat a little bit here. And I wonder if this game is going to go towards mineral exhaustion, like that long game between Savior and now Ra did. Because both have taken half the map, and it's just going to be really hard. And wow, this wrecking crew of Archons just picking off these Zerg expansions on these islands. I should have noted it, but these Archons have picked off that expansion over there, and now they're going to pick off this left side expansion. Very nice play by Grrrr. Just keeping the center of the map here and just facing off attacks from every side. ZergLee's Ultra getting trapped there. And ZergLee once again bringing a lot of Ultras, but I feel that each attack... Oh, if he catches these Dark Archons, he needs to kill off these Dark Archons. He really needs to start targeting those Dark Archons because those are part of the backbone of his army, but he actually doesn't manage to kill those Dark Archons before... they're going to probably cast a Maelstrom now. Actually, maybe they don't have enough energy, but once again, this attack is going to get wiped off by these Archons, this normal Archons. And normal Archons are just so powerful in group because of their mass splash damage. They can just deal so much damage at once to one front of units. And one Dark Templar there also chasing away these Ultralisks. So another attack foiled. I'm sure this is something like the 12th attack or something of the game from ZergLee that's been defeated. And if Grrrr can prevent ZergLee from taking these two bases, he will take the economic advantage once all the minerals are mined out. And ZergLee really has just basically 2 mineral onlys and this one expansion here with anything left. Giyom will be able to get this and this, so two fresh bases. Plus he does have this base is pretty fresh, and his and this base very fresh. So Giyom has two expansions fully equipped, and a third one going up, plus his 2 little mineral onlys. Now a counter drop going down here for ZergLee. Gonna kill those Archons up, but he needs to reinforce this because this shuttle can just pick up a couple more units and just drop them. And really, neither player went for air this game very heavily. We did see Guardians temporarily being built for ZergLee, but once they got stormed to death, I guess he realized they just weren't going to work at that stage of the game against Grrrr. And now another battle is going to occur in the middle. Giyom once again smartly retreating towards his cannons with his large force. And ooh, look at this, ZergLee realizing this, retreating a little bit. These Maelstrom units are going to get stuck out here though, and they might get killed off. But oh wow, another great Maelstrom! Amazing Maelstroms here from Grrrr. Absolutely incredible Maelstrom. I think that attack would have turned out differently had not been for those 3 Maelstroms. I think actually Grrrr would have lost this army over here, but with those Maelstroms, the result is completely different. Another ZergLee coming in from the main here, into the main here, but Archons are going to clean that up pretty easily. And wow, I don't know how much gas ZergLee has left in the tank. This has got to be terribly demoralizing. He's fully upgraded. He has half the map. Now what? He has the entire tech tree up, except for Defilers, notably. No Defilers out for him at all. And now what does he do? I don't know. I really don't know. I think it's very hard for Zerg to deal with it at this stage of the game.